It's tilted. Hello guys, so today's kind of a weird video. I'm doing a fish video, which I normally don't really do. Normally it's just mammals, so hamsters and guinea pigs, like stuff like that, because I have those in my house. But I also have a betta fish, and I've not shown him on this channel yet, but he's been in a very small tank. It's probably 1.4 gallons, very small, and I just didn't do my research. And I've had multiple bettas before that in the same exact tank, and it's just not a good tank. So I decided it's time to change. And I did a lot of research, and I got a bunch of stuff, everything that a betta needs. And feel free to leave any suggestions or any tips in the comments, but make sure to watch the whole entire video before commenting, because I always get comments of negativity on like what I should have done right or wrong, like what I did, and I address them already in the video. So if you watch my videos, make sure you watch the whole thing and you will understand everything. So the tank that I got is the Top Fin Essentials starter kit. What it looks like, it's 5.5 gallons, and 2.5 gallons is the minimum for a betta, but I think 5 gallons should be the minimum. Just because they do need a lot of space, and they love to swim, even though they're not the greatest swimmers, but they need a lot of space. So this comes with the tank itself, which is inside. I've already opened it to look at it and see, because I have to find out where to put it. And it has a hood, and it has a little flap for feeding, and then it has LED lights, which are really good for your fish because they need to know when it is day and night, because otherwise they get confused. And yes, fish do sleep. So it comes with a thermometer, but I've heard that this thermometer is not exact at all, so I actually bought a new, another one that's more reliable. And then a net, which I will not be using unless I have an emergency, because it's not good for bettas because it can rip their fins. A water test vial, which I probably will use, but I might not. I don't know, because I think I have test strips as well. And then it comes with a filter, which is just a hang-on back filter, and then filter cartridges. Now the filter in this tank is very strong, even when you turn it down all the way. So I did a bunch of research on that, and I found that you can use aquarium sponges to slow it down, just tie it on with a rubber band. So I have one of those. If this does not work, then I found a technique to use a plastic water bottle, and I'll use that if I can't use the sponge. But I think the sponge will just look a lot better. Next is some quick start, because I do not have a month and a half or more to cycle a tank, so I got some quick start to help me do that. It's just basically a bottle of good bacteria. I'm not going to add my fish right after I add the quick start, because I just believe that's not really what you should do. It's not a great thing to do. Your fish will be very startled. So I'm going to cycle it after that for a few days. So the next thing I got is a floating glass thermometer. This is the one that I talked about. I heard that it's just a little bit more exact, and it'll work a lot better than the one that comes in the box. Then I got some more filter cartridges, and this is because you have to switch them out every once in a while, and I just don't want to not have any when it comes to that time. Next thing I got was 2 bags of the Scrabble. One right now is sitting in some water because I'm cleaning it, but and it's just ready to go in the tank. I already cleaned it, but I bought 2 just in case I do need it. Next thing I got was some Prime water conditioner. I heard that this one's really good because it also has some other stuff inside of it to really just help your fish and help it thrive in the water that it's in. Next thing is decorations. Decorations are really crucial for betta fish. They love to hide and they love to swim through them. So plastic is not something that you want in a betta tank, but this plant is an exception. I am using fake plants because I've tried a normal plant and I really failed. I think I'm going to get real plants very soon, but I'm just starting off with a moss ball, which I have downstairs. So this plant, it's very soft. It's not sharp at all, so it will not hurt his fins. So next thing I have is just a smaller version of this one. And then this is my brother. He's just gonna sit here with me, but that's okay. And then I have this plant, which is not plastic, which is what you want for a betta fish. And then I have this little Buddha thing, and it will help collect good bacteria. Kyler! Okay, and then I have a little hide, and then there's 3 of these rocks. One of them is brown. Next thing I have is a Betta bed. This is really good for them to sleep on because, like I said, they do sleep. And then I have a thing that scrapes algae off, and then a gravel vacuum and some stability to stabilize the water. Last thing is, I also have frozen brine shrimp, a moss ball, and a heater downstairs. I have this piece of plastic to set the tank on so water doesn't splash everywhere. Hi guys, so it's a few hours later and I switched locations. I'm in a different part of my room. But now I'm going to unbox everything and just give a little bit more detail of everything. I'm also going to unbox the heater, and I haven't unboxed it yet. It's just been sitting in my garage until I got the tank, so I'm gonna do that. So I have the tank right next to me, and can we talk about these sunrays? They're so pretty. But so the first thing we have, it's taped and glued to the tank. Oh, that should be fun taking off. But I have this, which is the switch for the light. Just like a little cord. Has this. So that's going to be really convenient, so you don't have to go like right into the tank and like take the lid off and stuff. So it'll help me a lot. This is the filter. It's just a simple hang on back filter. Pretty easy to use. This is a water test thing. Not entirely sure what is in here. That was weird. That's literally just a bottle. I think the rest of the kit is in here though. I think it might be just a water test bottle. I'm really not sure. Here is part of the filter. I'm definitely gonna have my dad help me with this because I'm so confused. Then there's the thermometer, which I'm going to just take out of the wrapping really quick. So there is the filter. It's about the size of my head, not too big. And then there's like the output and then the input. Wait, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna leave this in the bag. So this is the directions. I believe the filter cartridge is also in the filter already, so you don't really have to do much. But I do recommend buying extras just in case that one's like has something wrong with it or you need more to change it out. Here is a net, which I do not recommend for bettas because it can damage their fins. So all around the tank, there's these little corners of styrofoam to keep it safe, and I think that's really good to have because you don't want a broken tank. Here is the lid with a little flap for the food entrance, and then here is the LED lights. There's just 3 of them. All right, and here is the tank. It's 5.5 gallons, which I think is an appropriate size for a Betta. There is quite a few things just like on the inside and outside that I definitely recommend washing off, because if you don't, the fish will get sick. Also, it's just a good idea to wash a tank before you use it anyways. So I'm going to go downstairs and wash it off, and I'll be right back. I also want to mention, do not ever wash anything for your fish with soap. That is very toxic to them, and they will die because they are going to be surrounded by it with water. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in. I'm sorry, that was really loud. So I have the filter. I'm gonna try to put it together. So this is what it looks like. This really helps. Oh crap! Did I just break it? Oh no! This goes like this, for like the bottom, so your fish doesn't get sucked up in it, because that would not be a fun time. Now I'm gonna put the lid together so I can figure that out, and I'm also going to like get the light and stuff together. Whoa. Now let's talk about the heater. I'm not a big fish person. I've never really had that many fish besides betta fish, and they were in copper tanks, so I've never really dealt with a heater before. I think my dad has, because he had a saltwater tank in our old house, and he still has it. It's just out of shop now. But okay, this is a 50 watt, which is good for I think 5 gallons. It says up to 20 gallons, so it can be. It's a pretty powerful filter, not filter, heater. Oh my gosh, what am I even talking about? Suction cups, so it doesn't fly all over your tank. The wires, you literally just plug it in. It's super, super easy. Nothing really super complicated. I don't know if I have enough plugs. I should have thought about that, but it's okay. This, I believe, can go all the way underwater. The suction cups which is really super easy. They just snap right on. I've heard like mixed opinions about this heater. I've heard some people say it's terrible, some people say it's great. But I plan on getting a different heater anyways eventually. I'm just gonna like kind of see how this one goes. And then there's a knob. Just set it to however high you want it. So it can be 68 to 88 degrees. So this is definitely a good heater. I feel like even if your fish aren't tropical fish, you should still probably have a heater just to keep it at a very steady range of heat, just to make sure your fish don't die and freak out because of the temperature change. So I'm just going to research a little bit on how hot I should set it. I think it's 76, but I'm just going to go research a little bit and I will be right back. So me and my dad are going to go set up the rest of the tank, and then I'll update you guys when it is finished. If I find there's any problems when I put the fish in soon, I'm going to put it in, I think tomorrow. I will let you guys know, and I will post like a little update. Everything is from PetSmart, PetSmart, PetSmart. So everything in this tank and the tank itself is from PetSmart, including the sponge. The only thing that is from Petco is the heater down there, but I haven't put the heater in yet. I'm gonna let it cool down first. So it's the next day and the tank is ready for the fish. It cycled really quick because of all the good bacteria I put in. And it looks so good. As you can tell, the heater is working. And the thermometer is also working. It's at 78 right now. The only reason why it's on is because it's a little bit below 78. So it just turned on. It does turn off when it gets too hot. The tank and the lid is off, so the light is off, but I have my fish in the cup. And I'm just going to start acclimating him. It's really important to acclimate fish because otherwise they can be very, very stressed out and it just won't work. So you want to acclimate them for about 30 minutes and then you can release them into their new tank. So he's finally in. He's back there hiding behind the rock. I think that the filter is good. I don't know if it's a little bit too fast. I'll just have to monitor how he's swimming. But he's right back there. Just resting. I'm gonna turn the light off so he can go to bed, and then I'll update you guys in the morning. So it's been like a week, and a little update on the fish. So he hasn't been in there for a week because I put him in there, and then well, let's just say he almost got eaten by the filter. So like the little thing that came like to suck up the water for the filter, it almost like swallowed him whole. So then I put a sponge on there, and then he got stuck to it again. So I just took him out. I was like, I'm done. So yeah, he's been out for like a really long time, and I finally got a different filter, and I'm gonna show you guys now. Another top fin filter, but as you can tell, it's very, very tiny, and the water gets sucked up from behind it, so you can't get sucked into the filter. So the new filter has been running for a day, and I love it. It works great. And right now he's acclimating in the tank, and hopefully he does well this time. He's in, and he seems to be doing really good. He's been in for about 10 minutes, and I'll update you guys in the morning.